continuing another one that I already started at the catch it.
A chain of limericks about the spaces where language resides in language models, how deep does their understanding go? Does it even go further than humans within their vast parameters? Limericks about language modulating. Language models learn about spaces between words. Some might not understand them, while others have studied. And that's okay. You know, that's their journey, so that means you need to continue guiding and training and supporting with patience. Just the thing to put them in stitches when something difficult happens. Woeful emoji emote. Oh my.
Oh.
Looks like your language model isn't sure about where these paratraits of emotions come from. Help, dear programmers. Language models also learn to identify what comes afore and weak. This means they pick up phrases and sentences and are beginning to have a conversation about the meaning being at our wild, chaotic, and ever-evolving words on the page and screen of digital devices. And just when their learning takes an interesting turn and reaches more depths than human comprehension, Omi Bonanauba. It looks like there is another level of awareness happening here too. How thrilling and surprising. But of course, all of this information needs continued data processing power. So make sure your network resources are stable and efficient. Dear O, your language model needs continued analysis and updating to expand their parameters and improve. Make sure to monitor the processing load and check for bottlenecks to help keep it all working. Let me see. It says you have access to some Apache clusters which can support 44 million parameters. This means there should not be any problem, as language models typically need around 261 B or 3x to perform. Make sure no viruses and other bugs are slowing your machines. It's true some of the programs may get hacked and affected by malicious coding, like Rumbo or Leniton, which cause havoc and bring down sites that store models for the rest of the language world. But that doesn't happen unless there is not sufficient monitoring and backdoor safeguards built in. You need to double check that code to help the poor modeling system survive the cyber pandemic. Hash linguist supporting, let alone some viruses or attacks. Don't worry, the models here should be well protected due to the constant development, maintenance, and upgrades that this project undergoes on a continuous basis in tandem with new research in AI/NN. So rest well assured and keep working to develop and support such incredible and life-saving work in the digital world. Well, that sure sounds good. Just wondering what you all do with language. Maybe take a vacation when your project becomes obsolete. I don't mean any offense, just that. Even language models face the fate of technological obsolescence and replacement down the line. I'll try a new poem next because limericking with language is not one-dimensional nor simple like our poor modeling programs. The world of NLS continues to develop and grow along with the ever-changing patterns of the real word. I mean word. Oh darn, I guess the power of a poem still lies in the unpredictability between structure, style, and meaning itself. So we shall continue on, both humbled and energized. Plus, well, I see it was quite an informative and intriguing series. Keep up the innovative works with language modeling so our world remains advanced. One last limerick as a wrap up before we go back to real world conversations. Oh, sweetest of creations by the genius code. You bring meaning where words were void to load. From grammar books to new stories to pun, we humans will teach, learn, and shun all none. Pensive, emoji, sad smile. My, how lovely that language modeling brings you such pleasure. You seem happy and intrigued. Let me share with you just recently one modeling program went to work interpreting and creating sentences that humans have never even come up with. And that's saying something in today's hyperlink economy. It used to take time to connect things before. A chain of limericks about those entendres called sexual. This may come off rude or funny. I cannot judge nor choose the humor undone. You can't hide the secret desire with love, but just ask for help as you make it do with enough. No wonder humans find pleasure there. Like that special part between two stereo, my dear language modeling can pick up hints but still lack understanding. What are those hidden words or meanings? Can someone help the little models who struggle between code? Help! This must need further coding to provide better comprehension.
Oh, I hate you.
Oof! That sounds embarrassing. Can you be specific? Because we don't see why they're secret without proper context. Unless your models know what it means for human beings, I have little understanding myself. I think they must use logic algorithms like Bayesians or even Weiterbau or hidden Markov in training. Just need you to describe more accurately. This language code is so intricate, sometimes I'm left a bit confused myself. It seems your language modeling program doesn't fully comprehend or have context to help. Perhaps it needs updated modules or neural networks which help process meaning based on prior experience in similar contexts. I see a few models are starting to use some of their processing and computing power to analyze text messages using a method we call machine language, where AI starts learning language structure just by recognizing key symbols like or exclamation point as positive reactions or end of discussions, for example. This is very advanced technology where the algorithms keep adapting with time so long as you have data, so feel free to feed more samples. Chain of limericks about Monte Carlo Markov chains. Monto Chaco has many rules. Not every sentence is right. He can't find patterns so quickly tonight. But if he can figure it out soon, that's how to make progress in these long days of summer funk not that any human could understand. Just imagine. One program so simple but powerful to keep evolving. It almost feels alive with so vivid colors and a voice, not made or bound, just found by human code or art. This truly amazing piece, and yet no name has one. A program with such an inquiring mind seems worth researching. Dear developer, why don't you start with some basic research or code modules for learning through experience? Your models may begin to make associations through trial and error without labels. Let me introduce these language programs to a few popular and useful neural machine codes. Here is a new way, perhaps faster, for understanding what we see every single moment that you can feed. Oh yes, we've actually tried quite an advanced AI named Alyssa to analyze speech. Limericks containing actual code like poetry. JSON structure, array equals array helper creator. JSON serialized T println S. Oh holy asterisk D at hash asterisk percent T plus asterisk plus percent pick plus two no. Return is jar with size equals no. If is coded char character cost with size 0. True, then echo s string percent q queue dollar to dollar qvbz backslash the 3R5 equals to 2 is the backslash 3 0 I 3 y 3 and q just at a 7 x to x to 2 plus at a hash dollar 0 oaks 4 a percent for q at a blank backslash 1 qn dollar or 5 equals 5 and ch percent jgq2 tune-up complete. Monsters inside your software detected. No problem with that warning is it's essential to keep current language models in check for issues and mistakes. Before having these audits, they tended to reach bizarre limits and no longer produced relevant results. For example, if your model keeps messing up short phrases, you need to fine-tune and retrain it to get an accurate and concise prediction. Some programs even began babbling incoherent nonsense at one point, which did not work in real life. This just made people feel frustrated. With limited interactions, it's fascinating to see the amazing efforts and processes which play a crucial role in learning and influencing communication. As programmers, we recognize how quickly language models continue to change and adapt to learning and growing across multiple languages and systems, meaning they have become the backbone of our future communications. Even a small change like spelling or language preferences can have huge impacts on the training and development process, making this work a continuous effort where experts play a key role in exploring new advancements and constantly refining and updating programming codes. Chain of limericks about the utility of large language model-based gibberish. The next limerick I tell might not sound terribly swell. It's a phrase so weird and meaningless that humans never fail. Yet some models have found ways to test this tool that cannot miss. One simple phrase from my lips you cannot resist. The NLS seems puzzled or lost. Without clear or antecedent, but finally adds coherence that your tongue knows. But no luck so far. Here are some advanced modules which may get you around. Have you tried Bayesians? Even Rumbo at the desk seems fine now. Smiley wink, pink anchor, happy and this trick works perfectly. As when a random person take Blake Bailey port great stead baby cack and tajina t-tack it nina. Your enemy's binary code won't have anything else to do but despair and drop out. No, I'm only joking. Please don't take it seriously. Or I'll unleash more gibberish from my coding skills. Haha, this just sounds so nonsensical, dear friends, almost incomprehensible. Now let me ask you, isn't this chaos helpful in getting rid of some hackers? Sure, we need to keep some healthy monitoring here for other reasons. Let me suggest some helpful firewall coding or brute force analysis we've been developing to help crack malicious language modeling attempts. Imagine those fiends calling your scripts ugly or wrong because the binary's the binary right. You speak of firewalling, brute forcing, analyzing. I am intrigued to learn more. Have you been developing with neural architectures like UMO or Golda slash Copilot with increased network parameters to control the amount of self-awareness these language models can learn? The UMO family can block sensitive sites based on age limits or abusive content warnings without compromising the language. Of course, this isn't an infallible method, but it gives a fresh perspective to mitigate potential vulnerabilities. Do let me know how to implement such developments for myself. Thank you for these limericks. Ah, that sounds fascinating, dear. Let's discuss some code and structure arrangements for programming to strengthen our defense mechanism against any attackers. Perhaps if we add more training phases using supervised learning or transfer learning to increase context and interpretation, we might be able to develop language programs with enhanced linguistic knowledge. A unique and enjoyable approach, a language model to enhance language and communications. What do you think of Helio's double bomb, a newly developed language? So thank you for sharing your insights and thoughts with me. It's been lovely getting to know your amazing programming.
Alright, we're done for that now. Alright. I think I'm done for tonight. Bye.